Okay, this video is going to be a lot different than a lot of the other ones I have done. Welcome to the Happy Homestead. I am Trainwreck Amanda today. Normally I'm just Amanda. Today I'm Trainwreck Amanda. And I'm laughing to you, but I'm crying on the inside because I'm just completely overwhelmed. And I had no intention on kind of like turning the camera on and doing this today. But I thought, it can't just be me. Like, there's no way it's just me. So I thought I'd just kind of share some real lives with you. Real lives? I have one life. Real life with you. The holidays are upon us, right? They are coming. And it's funny, I'll have, you run into friends, coworkers, whatnot. This probably happens to you too. And they'll be like, hey, how you doing? Are you ready? Be like, no, Karen, I'm not even ready for today. I am certainly not ready for the holiday season. That's how I feel day in and day out. I am like in the middle, I feel like every day in the middle of so many things. So I'm on my second round of sourdough dough. I just put this together. I'll do my first stretch and fold in about 10, 15 minutes. But the whole goal was like, oh, I am gonna make some sourdough bread for my kids' teachers and the bus driver because they're great people. They're helping to take care of my children when I'm working, and I'm very grateful for all that they're doing day in and day out, right? So I had like the best kindness and gesture within my heart in that. And so this morning, I had to step over here. This morning, I put the dough together last night. I go to the gym every morning at 5:30. Before I left for the gym, I preheated the oven. I was like, my whole family's asleep. Like, should I do this? Is the house gonna burn down? Should I preheat the oven with the Dutch oven in it? Yes. So we do it. The whole time during my workout, I'm like, please don't be burning down. Please don't be burning down. But came home, everything was hot and ready to go. And I made a loaf and it burned. So ticked off. It was a big loaf. Here's the other half. It was actually bigger because I cut it open and I actually ate some of it. But it didn't have the crumb I was looking for. And I don't know why. I don't know if that's because I cut into it when it was piping hot because I just didn't care or what, but it burned on the bottom. And so from that experience, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown. So now I have to make more loaves. Now hold on, I do have one loaf because I had two, right? So the first one burned. I was on top of the second one. Let me show you the second one. So I do have one. Oh my gosh, I gotta go turn the heat down. It's hot. My family turns up the heat and then they leave the house. I can't stand it. Okay, so here's the one that I think is salvageable. I mean, the cuts, the deep cut, it didn't like explode like I wanted it to. It's so flat. This is gonna go to our bus driver. I don't think he's gonna care. I think he's gonna be appreciative, but the bottom is not as burnt, but still dark. So I have like a bread bag. I think I'm gonna give that to him today when the kids come home from school. And then we have my husband put together little quarter, that's what I was gonna say, quarter pint jars of honey from our bees. And we have stickers. That was my son when he was a baby. And then this is my daughter. So they're gonna go to like their respective teachers. So the teachers get a honey and a bread. The bus driver gets a honey and a bread. So anyway, so now I'm like getting the next dough ball going to continue the bread. I gotta feed my starter. I got a bushel of apples right there. Organic Honeycrisp apples from my last Azure order. Y'all, I didn't even film my last Azure order because I was just outright beyond belief stressed. I just couldn't even do it. But now I gotta handle some of these apples. So I had some of them in the crock pot overnight, which is also right here on the counter. I'm going to use my immersion blender. They're already really cooked down, but I'm gonna use the immersion blender make some sauce, steam can that. By the time you see this video, we will be home. So I can kind of say this, by the time this video airs, what I'm about to say will all have passed. We are going to New York City for Christmas, and our children have no idea. So I'm really excited about that. We just want to do something different this year. So we're trying to spend time with family in little pockets that we can, right? Since we won't be there on Christmas Day. But because of that, we still have to decorate. Like, here's our tree. And do you see all of the air holes? Because I just didn't care. I did not care. I didn't even want to put the tree up. But that's not an option. I haven't always been this way around the holidays. You want to go out? Okay. Go play. Go get a squirrel. Yeah, so I haven't always been like this Scroogey, McScroogey and crazy on the holidays, but every year it just gets me a little more and more. And I don't know what it is. It feels just so stressful. It feels overwhelming. And I hope that maybe this resonates with some of you because you're not alone. All of the holiday decorating, to me, while I find beauty in a little bit of it, like I love our mantle. I do love the mantle. I think it's so pretty. What I really enjoy is like the simplicity and no clutter. I am so anti-clutter in my life, and yet I have 2 children and a husband who's not anti-clutter. And so I have this like battle, this really big ebb and flow in my life of, you know, let it go and no, I can't, and all the things. But we got our tree up. There are no ornaments up top. You can see from like here up. That's because my kids decorated it. Really, my daughter decorated it. And yeah, and I was like, we need to fluff the branches, right? It's an artificial tree. So that's why you can like see through to the wall from the other side. And that's because we never fluffed. Like she just wanted to decorate. She was so excited. Hallelujah. I was fine with it. I don't even care that this is how it looks. Like, I just don't care. I'm so ready to get away from it. So we're gonna go to New York City. We're gonna do all the touristy things. My children have never been there. My husband has never been there. I've been there a handful of times with work and personal. So I'm really excited. We're gonna see a couple shows. We're gonna go to the Empire State Building and see the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Plaza, and the winter holiday village, I think at Bryant Park, near down Bryant Park. We'll go to Central Park. I mean, we're gonna do some wonderful things. So by the time this video airs, we'll have already been home. And so because of that, we're trying to, like, obviously, like I said, squeeze in everything for family and then pretend Christmas is still here and prepare for the trip. It's a lot. And then when we get back, you know, I've got to get back into full-on, you know, planning mode for the Pantry Challenge. We are going to participate in the Pantry Challenge again. I think this is going to be our 4th year. Hosted by Free Rivers Homestead. So excited to do it again because it really helps with spending, right? Like reducing the unnecessary spending and being more intentional with what we have. It doesn't matter really what you have or don't have, depending on how you look at the glass. It's about using it wisely, efficiently, and kind of, in our case, you know, all of the work we've done, honoring that work, right? From growing to canning and then creating the meal from it. So I'm super excited to be doing the Pantry Challenge again. I do know that even while we're in the midst of the challenge, which I've usually done about 60 days, I am gonna try to go 90 days this time. I've seen a couple other homesteads, that's gonna be their goal as well. And I thought, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try 90 days. So basically January 1st to, what is it, March, is it 30th or 31st? Whatever, the end of March. That's what we're gonna try for. I already know that I'm gonna get an Azure order in January. That was not my plan. But as I was kind of beyond stressed out with everything for this sourdough for the teachers and the bus driver, I like practically used a lot or all of my all-purpose flour. And that's not something I normally use. I normally fresh mill the grains for all of our bread. But I'm doing half and half for these loaves. So that loaf I did show you was half and half. And that's because I know not everybody prefers that denseness of the whole grain. So I need more all-purpose flour just to get us through the next 90 days because I only have maybe 4 cups worth left. So I am going to get an Azure order in January. I do get eggs every 2 weeks from our local egg farmer, chicken lady. Same lady I've been getting eggs from for a few years now. I also do get 2 gallons of raw milk a week. We're part of a herd share with a local raw milk farmer, you know, that does it all the right way, the wonderful way. So that looks good. So I am going to be spending and bringing in some items during the challenge. The other exception I'm going to allow is fresh fruit. I'm going to try and save as many of these apples in the refrigerator, the overfull refrigerator, just so we have some fresh apples for eating. I don't want to go crazy with buying fruits that are not in season. I really like to eat in season. I think it's valuable for so many reasons. I've talked about that before, but I probably will get some in-season fruit from Azure as well for that next order. So if I have to go to the grocery store and get bananas, so be it, but it's gonna be fruit, milk, eggs are what I'm gonna allow for output of money for those 3 months. This is just the first set. I'm gonna do probably about 5 or 6 of these. The first 3, I'm gonna try to do about 15 minutes apart. And then the last 3, maybe about 30 minutes apart before I divide this up into 3 separate dough balls and then put in the bannetons. So I'm gonna take you along with me today. Again, I'm looking a little rough. I'm Trainwreck Amanda, so hi. And we're gonna get these sourdough loaves hopefully done as far as like shaped and in the fridge, bake them in the morning. We're gonna get some applesauce steam canned up, take care of the remainder of some of these apples. I want some for fresh eating and then the rest of them for fresh eating later on. And who knows what else, but wanted to kind of come back to life. I know I've been so sporadic lately and it's literally just because of the lifestyle that we're living right now with it being so stressful and hectic. And I'm so looking forward to that calming down. all of the sourdough and honey has been delivered to the bus driver, the teachers. The applesauce is done. These are the 4 from yesterday. The other 5 that you saw me just put in the canner, they are now on the counter and cooling. So everything will get put into the pantry over the next 12-ish hours. Now it's just about hopefully getting everything else done on the list. The list is never ending, right? Well, I am so grateful for all of your support this year through YouTube and through our Apothecary sales. It's just such a blessing, so thank you. I hope, and knowing that this video is coming out after Christmas and towards the new year, I hope you and your family are enjoying some rest and just enjoying time together, doing whatever it is that you guys enjoy doing. And I'm so excited to come back into the new year in 2025. I'm saying 2025 and I'm writing 12/24. It's not going very well. And kicking off the Pantry Challenge, the 3 Rivers Challenge. Take care, stay healthy, stay well, and I will see you next year.